then which are the ads which are performing, which are the ads not performing, your own money. Even if you are investing in ads, it's for your own brand building. It's not like it doesn't make me worry about the compliances. The grind inside, and you know that if you have cleared CA, that means you.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of CA Beyond Practice, where we showcase inspiring stories of chartered accountants who have taken unconventional paths beyond traditional practice. I'm your host CA Harsha Agrawal, and today we have a guest who is dynamic. Rithik is not just a chartered accountant but a true entrepreneur at heart. He is also the founder of Wakatic and also the director at Verkossa Ecomm Pvt Limited and Wise Cupboard Pvt Limited. From his early childhood, he was keen to explore the economic opportunities of business. His shift to entrepreneur gear, his challenges, what keeps him going. Without wasting time, let's welcome our guest. Welcome, Rithik. So, Rithik, welcome to the show. And we just want to start from the beginning. How was your, CA days, and was it a plan to do CA and then get into entrepreneurship?
So basically, I come from a CA background family. My father is a CA and he also has a CA firm, but I am not into practice.
Okay.
So obviously, when I was a child, also I didn't have much interest in science. So commerce was the only option that was suitable for me. Now, in our age, actually in our times, basically for commerce there were three things: CFA, MBA, and CA. So I had entrepreneurship in mind from earlier, because of which I didn't do MBA. Because if I had to do MBA, I had to spend 2 more years after my college, which was getting saved by doing CA. Because in CA it can be done with my college. So CA was a planned move to save those 2 years, instead investing the experience that I would gain in MBA to get it more into a practical exposure. So I went with CA and then for the business and not for the other way around.
So, when you completed your CA, what was your first professional step?
So when I did my CA, completed my CA, I never took a job in professional, like in a line. I didn't go for any industry or practice or any firm. Okay. I straight away dived into business, which was also a part of my starting failure, because when we become CA, we all think we know everything. You must have felt the same way that एक बार CA बन जाते तो we know everything, but and we ignore the biggest mistake that we do is we ignore the advices that our elder gave.
Yes.
So, but that was not wrong that I dived directly into the business, because that was also, again a strategic move. Because if you go into job, you are into a comfort zone. If you want to do business, then it's difficult to come out of it. And even if you come out of it, it takes substantial amount of time to come out of that comfort zone. And business is something like which takes 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You don't know how much it takes to get a good grasp of the business. So that's why I started directly with a business venture only, but I didn't go for any job or any other.
So, what was that business venture? Despite, I appreciate you have accepted this as a failure, because it's not important ki when you start, but you should always, as an entrepreneur, know if that is not working, when you should stop and get things out of that. What lessons you learn from that?
So, like even when I was doing my CA or even in my childhood, I always had in mind that I have to do business. I didn't know what I had to do. So, when I started, I was after my CA degree completed, I was searching for options and everything. But one thing that came as an easy way to me was to take a franchisee of a food outlet.
Okay.
Of Delhi. So I went for it. Now the thing which the reason it didn't work out, the operational part would be secondary because it never started. The reason I got stuck and failed was we got into a property dispute in Park Street, and that was the first time I got to know when you take a property even on rent, there are a lot of things that we should consider. Because in my case it happened, it was a sublease which was not allowed by the building itself, and it was like some way it got into a property dispute.
Okay.
So like that we kept on following for 6 months, 7 months with the owner. He was saying that we are working and all. So I got to understood that he will take his own time because he has to pay some amount of money to that person, and he doesn't care what happens to us. So I was like, okay, drop this. Then I took another franchisee. That also failed. That was my mistake. The earlier one was not a mistake. It was just a matter of luck or inexperience. But the second one was my mistake. It was again a sort of franchisee. as a channel partner thing. But at that time I realized that I had to take advice of others what they are saying, because they explained me that these things as it seems easy, they are not. And that day I decided that I'm not going to into franchisee for first. Because getting into franchisee, it's a difficult task, because when you take a franchisee now, you are not working for yourself, you are working for the brand. You are paying royalty to them. They will earn a profit whether you are earning or not. You will have to manage as per their book. So, and at the end, when you are doing a good turnover, even after that, after so many costs, you will be left down to some bare percentage. So franchisees are successful. You have to have 3 to 4 franchisees of the same thing to make it a success, at least at a good point. So I understood that first of all, it's not my cup of tea to invest so much for this some other company in so many outlets or something, or any other thing for that matter. So I was like, अब मुझे फ्रेंचाइजी नहीं करना, मुझे कुछ अपना ही करना है, भले वो धीरे स्टार्ट हो जैसे भी स्टार्ट. So that's.
So how was your brand Wakatic born? I'm very curious to know. You guys are two co-founders. The other co-founder is also a chartered accountant. So what led to this idea of giving birth to this startup?
So when Wakatic was the idea of Wakatic came, before that we both of us were in our own industry in e-commerce. Like right now also, and that time also I was into e-commerce aggregation model that we used to purchase from big brands or tie up with big brands, and we used to take make the products on our own cost or purchase it from them and sell it on online marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, etc., where we utilize our expertise in the managing these marketplaces. So both us were, he was also doing the same thing only. So both of us were already very much aligned how things work. Then both of us are again CA, and comparatively we were of the younger generation only. So now he for the Wakatic part, he came to me one day for a reference, and we understood that this is fast fashion, a category into menswear, where people are very much now engrossed into not normal fashion, not poor fashion, but different fashion. I can tell you, it's not, if not fast fashion, then you can term it as new age fashion, because people don't want to get dressed in the same manner. And it's a menswear brand. Why menswear? Because even in today's date, for women, there are a lot of options that they can wear, and they are by nature they are into shopping and all. But men, it's difficult to make them purchase because they don't care how they live. So, and they also have limited options. So it's very important also as a mission and vision that men have some good clothing environment, because it gives you a sense of confidence, sense of belonging, that you are among the best. Because first of all, everything is internal. People judge you how you look externally. So it's important that how you dress, for which Wakatic was born, that how we want to even not remove the concept of formal, but how casual is also important along with formals, because casual has its own sense of requirement in the market. So how that was born.
So it's amazing to know this D2C brand which you're developing, and you're trying to change the fashion for men, especially because they don't care certainly. And what are the challenges you are facing here?
So first and foremost challenge is that products are nice, but the main issue that a new D2C brand faces is the visibility. So for that you have to not think as a brand, but you have to be available everywhere. Now, be it your marketplace, be it your website, be it in your offline channels, it cannot go all at one go, but you have to be there gradually. Because building a brand, more than important, feeling as a brand, it's important to survive as a company. Because if you can survive that tenure, then you can become a brand. Because at the end, people won't know if you not survive. And it's important that you go through those challenges. Secondly, another challenge that we can say, that when you are small or new, there are a lot of infrastructural issues. Why? Not because you can't invest, but reason being that you think it as a separate business, and you invest in that particular segment according that how much that business can reap up. So it's not like from day one you will be having all the marketplace channels tie up. It's not like you will have the team inside. You have to think very broadly and at the same time in a million way, because if there is two-piece dispatch, you can't have a person for the same. You do it yourself, because already if you have an existing business that is getting managed.
So, how do you measure success today? I mean, in terms of whether your customers are happy, or the impact you create, or the numbers, the business numbers, or the freedom which you are getting now?
So for me, success is, first of all, just like everyone, I won't say that wealth is not the success. Wealth is a measure of success. But if I talk about qualitative matters, then for me, freedom to think the speak of the things which I want to. For me, the freedom to do the things the way I want to is success. For me, the ability to inspire others is success. If I am sitting in a room and people think that चलो इससे कुछ बात करते हैं, it can be beneficial for me, then it's success for me. Because if I can inspire others, that means I've done something good in my life. So for me, that's success.
How has CA knowledge helped you in your entrepreneurship journey?
So first of all, CA being a very analytical course for me, it has helped me to understand what are the legal compliances which a small business owner worries about, because I don't have to worry about what are the relevant compliances. I know what to do, I know when to do. So it's, first of all, it's not a worry for me. Secondly, CA, when you become a CA, or even if you go through a process of being a CA, it gets you a lot of grind inside you, and you know that if you have cleared CA, that means you have been through a lot of challenges over the period. It can be emotional, it can be physical, it can be any type of pressure, which helps you to cope up with your business challenges, because once you have been through those, you are already accustomed to that these are part of life and it can happen again and we can again go through it.
Okay. So take us through your day, like being the founder. How is Rithik's day? पूरे दिन क्या चलता है entrepreneurship journey में?
So for me, when I wake up, obviously first thing I do is read my mails and WhatsApp. Then I get ready, go to my office and all. Now that I already have two parts to manage, sometimes I go directly to, even I don't know which office I am going to go to. Okay. So whichever is required, I go over there. And then we manage the warehousing problems, whatever the warehouse staff is facing. Generally, it's like once in a blue moon, because everything is very automated way. Then secondly, we check what are the products that are not performing, how to make them perform, how to reduce the prices, or we should give extra offers, deal. Then which are the ads which are performing, which are the ads not performing, what are the financial aspects pending, what some amount of budgeting we do, what is for the monthly budget, how we should go for expansion, whether we should go for expansion or not go for expansion. So these are some things in a regular manner which we do.
Okay. Take us through a success story in your new venture Wakatic for any client which really made you guys happy.
So till now, the only happy part for us has been that anyone who tries our products, they have told us one thing, that the product quality is really good and the price is also affordable. Because one thing that we have cracked in our products till now is the size fit, which is a very big problem in the industry, because when people purchase it online, they can't just because when they purchase anything and it doesn't come into their fit, it's something that we have cracked till now. Our quality is also good, which people have appreciated. So now the only thing is that we are satisfied that anyone who purchases the product won't return it. The only thing is now we have to be visible to more and more customers, and so I think then our Wakatic will be also very much in the line of being a successful business.
So what's next for Wakatic? I mean, what's the vision for you?
So currently we are trying to get onboarded on all the marketplaces, be omnipresent. Then second step will be trying to go for quick commerce. Third, once these two platforms have been done, we are side by side working on our D2C website, that we make it as a stronghold, because any day marketplaces charge a lot of commission, and website is something that is your own money. Even if you are investing in ads, it's for your own brand building. It's not like we are giving it to someone. Thirdly, once quick commerce marketplaces, everything is done, we will be going for EBOs. And after EBOs are done, we will try for multi-channel distribution, that is MBO basically, that will try to be present in other cities through where we can't open a store, we will try to get it done through offline channels. Once all this on India basis we have already captured, or also even we have some presence, we'll try to go for global exports. So that's the last stage, I think, where a business in our industry has to just from the grow, not you can't like be stabilized, because all the aspects if you have covered, the only part is remaining that you have to grow and grow.
Right. So can you quickly tell our viewers कि आप e-commerce पे भी कहाँ हैं?
So if I talk about Wakatic, we are present on Amazon, Flipkart, and our own website.
Okay.
And we are also present on Zulu Club. That's a Gurgaon-based startup which are doing delivery in 100 minutes.
Okay.
And we are in talks with AGO, Nykaa, and Myntra. We should be onboarded on them by next maybe 3-4 months, because obviously these marketplaces are very picky in choosing their brands. So that's how we will be, like we are planning it for till December to be onboarded on these marketplaces.
Okay. Very, very curious to know, where did this name come from?
So basically Wakatic, we whenever you choose a name or anyone choose a name, they have 2 to 3 things in mind. इसको trademark करना है, इसका domain लेना है. So any name we used to come up with, either domain is taken, either trademark is not there. So every day we used to think of some name. Every day it gets discarded because we think हाँ इसका डोमेन है, नेक्स्ट डे तो ट्रेडमार्क नहीं है, ट्रेडमार्क है तो डोमेन नहीं है. सो ऐसे कर करके हम लोग काफ़ी टाइम तक सोचते थे. एंड देन वन डे वी वाज लाइक watching Friends episode where Joey was being all wacky as a 16 or 17-year-old guy. So we got the idea that how happy and how wacky he is. So we took the name from wacky, say Wakatic. So that's how. So we relate our brand as a wacky fashion. It's wacky means casual. So from wacky we got the word Wakatic, and we also call our customers Wakaties. That's why.
So what are your views on positioning a brand? Is it really important to market it?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you are building a brand, you can't sell it only on the basis of price or on the basis of quality. You have to position it as a brand, because if you are offering something maybe for maybe 10-20% down than other big brands, they won't go for you. You have to position yourself either as a premium brand, as a mass brand, or whichever positioning you want to decide, you decide. But you have to position yourself in the market in some way or other. Definitely the positioning won't take place in 1 month, 2 months or 1 year, but it will take time. But you have to position it. That's why in today's world, only online is also not the way. You have, what is more important is to reach the customer directly, so that we can pass on the benefit of the price to the customer and not through middlemen. But now if you're reaching to customer directly, it can be through offline or online, but both are important if you want to go big.
Do you believe in personal branding?
Yeah, to an extent, because when I think I realized personal branding is very important after watching Shark Tank, because we didn't know about these big brands like Boat and all, who like we knew, but we didn't know who was the face behind it. Now when we say we know this brand Boat, so people say yeah वो अमन गुप्ता वाला brand, या फिर Lenskart so पीयूष बंसल वाला. So yeah, because even I've heard that when Shark Tank episodes air, Boat stopped their marketing in all channels because already Aman Gupta is being face of the brand and doing so heavy marketing. So I do believe.
So Rithik, you are director at Verkossa Ecomm, also in Wise Cupboard, and also you have just started.
So Wise Cupboard is Wakatic is under the Wise Cupboard. It's a brand of Wise Cupboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you managing your roles there? Can you elaborate more?
So as I said now, both are very similar in nature. So obviously the operations we have quite a bit idea how both work, because we have everything set up. Like सुबह के इंसान पहले पैक कर रहे हैं, रिटर्न्स खोल रहे हैं, एंड अगर कोई लिस्टिंग पेंडिंग है वो करो, प्राइसेस में कुछ चेंज करना है करो, इफ यू वांट टू मॉनिटर योर एड्स. So basically how I am concerned, we work mainly on strategy building, how new products should be introduced, at what price point, what customers are looking for, which products are working, which are not, if they are working, how to double down on them. So these are the factors which we work on. We work on how warehousing solutions should be optimized, that our warehouse is not choked, or our warehouse is not like low on inventory, or it should not be, anything should not be over or under, it should be balanced. So we work on the balance.
Okay. So at Wakatic, what is your target audience? I mean, is it the Gen Z or is it the office goers?
So obviously when I say a new age fashion brand, Gen Z comes first in your mind. Obviously if I speak about in technical terms, 18 to 35 years of the age group is the main group.
Okay.
But when you start now, you have to be concentrated in your niche, that is 18 to 35 years. But when you are launching different products, you have to consider which category will be more booming. For example, if I say you that cotton shirts work well. Why? Because it already has an established industry. It is a core fashion. It will work. So how businesses build strategy is that they might introduce some core fashion 10% and 90% work on your main fashion. So if I say who is my target audience, Gen Z definitely. Millennials are also my target audience, because even in today's age, millennials start from like 1997, I think, and today's 25. So they are barely aged 27, 29. So definitely they are still our audience, target audience. Yeah, so college students, Gen Z, millennials, those are broadly a target audience. Anyone other than those purchases, it's good for us, but they are not our audience.
तो अभी हम ऑनलाइन सेल भी कर रहे हैं, ऑफलाइन भी कर रहे हैं, पैन इंडिया कर रहे हैं, कैसे कर
So currently for Wakatic, we are focusing mainly on online sales right now on pan India basis. We provide pan India shipping. We do targeting audience everywhere. Not everywhere. Obviously, some major cities we are targeting. And for marketplaces, generally marketplaces work in a way wherever your warehouse is, it gives you more visibility over there. So in coming future also, we will, once we have established some presence in the West Bengal itself, we will go for other clusters also, like cities where we will keep our additional warehouses. Not required that we keep our own warehouse, but we in marketplaces there is a concept that you can do FBA and all. So we will go for those also.
Okay. So, what is one myth you would like to, bust about being a chartered accountant and getting into entrepreneurship journey?
So first of all, if I have to burst a myth about CA itself, the one thing that a non-CA background person understands, that a CA is only used to filing returns and audit, which is not true. There are a lot of more options like treasury, due diligence, financial remodeling. Then you can go for merger and acquisitions. Direct tax is also having a lot of scope. Not direct tax, I mean ITR, but in direct tax case laws, judgments, analyzing those judgments, breaking. There was a time when education cess was not being claimed by any company, and then because it's not to be claimed, so there were a lot of judgments came when education cess got claimed, and then it got claimed that such a manner that government has to bring a, like in the provision that education cess will not be claimable with retrospective effect.
Yes.
So there are so many things that CAs can do apart from traditional audit, income, ITR and all, GSP return. These are some traditional things which a CA should not do. This should be delegated to non-CAs because you are doing work of an accountant, if you are doing all these things. So you should definitely not get into these fields if you are doing CA. And now if I say about CA to entrepreneurship, it's a matter of faith in yourself, because you can't be getting into business just because you want to do business. You have to be very clear what challenges it brings to you, and more importantly, whether you are ready to get those setbacks, because there is no business or entrepreneur which you will not you will get success in one chance. There is no business. Even if you are in the same business from starting, that business itself had been a setback in the initial phase. And what is important, that can you sustain those setbacks, because entrepreneurship is all about getting back stronger. And if you are not, because CAs are very calculative. Even me being a CA, I think sometimes it's a demerit that I calculate a lot and it holds me sometimes. But because a CA goes very logically, कि ये करेंगे तो ये हो जाएगा. It doesn't work that way. We have to try it, we have to take that risk, and we have to go for it. Now, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. That's my motto also. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Because you can't decide in business that what will happen if you do this. If that would have been happen, MBA would have been more, because that's the reason MBA is more theoretical and not implicative.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Very well said, Rithik, because there's no success formula for being an entrepreneur. You need to have your own trials and errors, and you need to accept your failures as well as success.
Okay.
What one piece of advice would you like to give, all the students who are viewing us, or, people who have already qualified as chartered accountants, but they don't, try to switch their careers because of the risk involved in entrepreneurship? Any piece of advice you would like to give them?
So if you want to start something, don't start it at once. If you're doing a job, do that job, give extra effort at night. What people do, they invest in mutual funds and shares. Karo if you don't want to do business. If you do want to do business, don't invest there. Take out your time at night. Stop hanging out for a while. take your efforts, implement them in some manner, which business you want to do, research on them, take out a time at night, because people work at night. It's not like, what I'm trying to say, make it a side hustle. Start it as a side hustle. Once you have confidence, once you have some base, once you have some revenue, once you have some product market fit, start gradually declining from your job and come to your business. But if you think that if I start one at once and my job will also go, my business will also, it will definitely go. You can't start all at once. You have to. There can be two options. Either you have started thinking from beginning, just like me, that कुछ भी हो जाए business छोड़ के job में नहीं जाएंगे. Or if you are in job, after some years you want to come in business, or you want to come in business but you have started with job. Start slowly, start in a transitionary manner. Don't come all at once. It can be a drastic failure. Because people who go into job, they have some responsibilities when they go into a job. No one wants to do a job, or no one even wants to do business. If they are doing it, it's the reason they are bound by responsibilities. Even I am bound by responsibilities. Everyone is bound by responsibilities. So you can't take that risk, because that's where, what is the risk? That's the risk. That what if you fail? So don't fail now. Try slowly. Try it as a side hustle. If it becomes your side hustle becomes successful, you can leave your job, and it's not a matter.
Thank you, Rithik, for joining us today. Your story has been really inspiring and motivating. Rithik's journey shows what courage and real mindset can do, and can go beyond numbers and establish your own entrepreneur journey. For anyone who would like to follow Rithik's startup, we will share his LinkedIn profile, his Insta, and Facebook. For every CA student or any CA person who is looking to change paths, keep following our episode. Till then, do something exciting, go beyond numbers, and keep pushing yourself. Signing off, CA Harsha Agrawal from CA Beyond Practice.